Good evening. Today you'll be seeing a summary of what a journey my dog and I's African vacation was like. While this is happening, I'll probably put in some kind of kids bop or funky fresh, child-friendly music in the background so my cringy voice doesn't echo into your nightmares. But remember to dab on those haters and enjoy, because I know I didn't.
The first stop I traveled to from Monaco, Pennsylvania was a capital in South Africa called Cape Town. If you weren't aware, Cape Town is currently a city located off the coast of South Africa and is actually the second most populous urban area in the country. If I had to be honest, the natural atmosphere combined with the modern buildings was definitely a pleasing factor that had boosted my experience. There, I decided to take part in a tourist group in order to learn more about each landmark. We first visited the fascinating Castle of Good Hope. By Dutch colonialists in the 17th century, the Castle of Good Hope is one of the oldest attractions in South Africa and has even made use today by serving as the seat of government and military operations for 2 centuries. Next, my group arrived to Camps Bay. Known for its fine, pure white sand, the suburb of Camp Bay attracts an enormous amount of foreign and South African visitors in the summer. After everyone, including my dog and I of course, had a chance to take an aerial cable to the iconic Table Mountain, the overtop view was breathtaking. I decided to take millions of pictures. The area had an exotic biodiversity that was apparently rare to find other places on Earth. It even contained 2,200 species of plants. In the evening, I decided to secretly leave the group since I needed some fresh air for myself and my dog. I decided to go take a look through Robben Island, which was only a few kilometers west of the coast of Cape Town. I was able to eat tons of seafood I've never tried before, along with seeing some historical sites left on this island as well. The trip to Robben Island was definitely a great way to end my first day in Cape Town. That night, I was a bit confused on where I should travel next. Then I said to my dog, "Hey, why don't we go see the Kalahari Desert?" The Kalahari Transfrontier Park is a vast wildlife preserve located in the Kalahari Desert region of Botswana in South Africa. Here was one of the black maned lions I saw on my trip. I didn't get to learn its name, so I simply named him Greg. While taking pictures of Greg, I learned that the lion, also known as the Panthera leo, is the second largest living cat after the tiger, with the face of the male being one of the most widely recognized animal symbols in human culture. Here is also one of the interesting species of animals I took some photos of, the vulture. As we all know, the vulture has been presented as a pretty scary kind of animal in our childhood. It's basically a scavenging bird of prey that feasts on the carcasses of dead animals. From there, I took another plane ride to Chobe National Park. The Chobe National Park is the most biologically diverse park in the country and contains 4 distinctive ecosystems that contribute widely to its animal diversity. Once we got off, I immediately decided to sign up for some good old-fashioned safari. During the savannah, I was able to snap multiple photos of 6 famous animals in the park. Our first animal is the elephant in riverfront. I cannot express to you how many I saw throughout the savannah. There were practically tons of them. I soon learned that this is because the Chobe National Park alone has the highest populations of elephants in Africa. Our second animal is the buffalo. According to my tourist guide, the buffalo are extremely sociable animals that travel in herds which can number in literally thousands. Bulls maintain a dominant hierarchy, and the female established a pecking order amongst themselves. Next is the crocodile. What most surprised me was the fact that the horny plates found on top of its head are fused to skull. Pretty edgy and hardcore if you ask me. The leopard was probably one of the most elusive animals I saw that people want to see most on the safari. Luckily, I was capable of snapping a quick shot of one in the tree. Seeing it sleep so comfortably on the branch made it seem so adorable. But that lost skill for a while when I found out that one of the ways male leopards will mark their territory is with urine. So the famous animals I saw were the hyenas. In all honesty, their lives weren't actually as annoying as some cartoons and shows had depicted them to be. To finish it all off, the hippos. To put their size and dominance into words is basically indescribable. Normally, hippos spend all of their time in the water to stay out of the heat, waiting until the nighttime to come out of the water and eat. Unfortunately, the hippos along the Chobe rivers are forced to do the complete opposite. Due to the large elephant population in the park, the hippos must now come out in broad daylight to eat so they don't miss out on the food. I was so close to Victoria Falls, I practically had to go there next. Victoria Falls is a waterfall, obviously, on the Zambezi River at the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe. It's only been described as one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, so why wouldn't I want to go? That day, my dog and I went to sleep in a nice comfy hotel and got to eat till we were full for our next tour. The Zambezi River flows through the borders of 6 countries before emptying into the Indian Ocean: Angola, Namibia, Botswana, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Mozambique. As soon as I arrived, I was astonished at how beautiful it was. There, I did several activities that were both traumatizing and fun, including bungee jumping and riverboarding. After finding another hotel room to stay in so I could reevaluate my life choices and how I almost died, my dog and I decided to take another plane north in order to see an African rainforest ecosystem. Traveling up the Zambezi River through Malawi, Tanzania, Burundi, and Rwanda, I ended up arriving in Uganda to visit the Kaibo Forest National Park. It almost felt like I was in some kind of over-exaggerated Animal Planet TV. There, I was able to take pictures and discover so many things about this particular ecosystem that I just could not wait to talk about. For example, did you know that there are 13 species of primates in Kaibo National Park? This list consists of the Uganda manga bay, London red colobus, Loess monkey, black and white colobus, and much more to come. I've also discovered that primates are very common in Kaibo National Forest. I was even further informed that the forest has some of the highest abundances of species of primates in the area. I wasn't very surprised though. It seemed to me that South Africa was practically home to every biotic factor you could think of. the next day I think I was craving something a bit more different, so I decided that my next stop would be to visit Nairobi. Nairobi, located in Kenya, is the country's capital and largest city. On the city, I immediately began to encounter both forms of wealth and poverty as I would in any other populated area. I researched more online to find that up to 4 million people living in this poverty of Nairobi's overcrowded neighborhood are on the edge of coming to an enormous food crisis. Due to already such having poor income and living conditions, this deadly threat is difficult for those outside this natural community to see. While many are living off the luxury of having access to clean water and a home to stay in, thousands upon thousands of families in Nairobi are struggling to even afford one meal. I decided to test my luck by heading out east to Mogadishu, Somalia. This time, I decided to leave my dog in the arms of one of my fellow classmates who had also gone on the trip, but had enough knowledge to know that they should stay away from the city. Mogadishu, locally known as Zamar or Himar. Once I arrived, something in my brain suddenly just wanted me to put myself in danger, which would likely result in my death. And that's what I did. It's also the capital and most populous city of Somalia. To go see attractions such as the capital city's Italian colonial architecture, historical artifacts from the Battle of Mogadishu, and even a market. The market I visited was called the Pakara Market and was even the largest in the nation. However, it is mostly famous for illicit activities. Long story short, I immediately left after the tour was finished. Finally, after meeting up with my fellow classmate again to get my dog and taking another day to reevaluate my life choices, the trip was going to be completed once I traveled along into the far west towards Timbuktu. Timbuktu is an old city in Mali, situated 12 miles north of the Niger River. The scenery there was definitely something to look forward to. Many of the historical buildings looked very ancient, yet magnificent. The 3 mosques are outstanding witnesses to the urban establishment of Timbuktu and has been known for its traditional characteristic construction techniques. Once again, I took millions of photographs of these priceless, detailed architectures. One of my most favorites, along with many others, among the 3 mosques was probably the most world famous, the Jingbir. Jingbir is a famous learning center in Mali for those of Islamic religion. Timbuktu's nearly oldest mosque has created a source of awe and attention for tourists, including myself, for centuries. This is a summary of my vacation.
I hope you enjoyed this summary of my itinerary, and remember to smash that like and subscribe button.
No dogs were harmed in the making of this video, except my sanity.